Hi, Jessie Nebulous here, and I am going to show you how to make a silhouette of a forest against a dusky sky using Sharpie and watercolors. First, you want to section your paper just like this, and you're going to want to make these erratic lines that are sort of like if you've ever seen those heart monitors. It's kind of like that. You want the lines to be very erratic and random. If they're even, it's not going to look it's not going to look right. It's going to look very awkward. So you want to keep them sporadic. Next, you need to add the tree detail. And it's pretty easy. If you've ever drawn a Christmas tree, then you know what's up. It's basically just the same thing. Just putting the needles on and little straight lines. So it's not that difficult. It is a little time consuming. And I probably should have sped up this portion of the video, but I didn't, obviously. And now it's too late. It's too late, too late. I suppose I have to fill the silence because all I'm doing is filling out the trees. The happy little happy trees, as Bob Ross would say. Rest in peace. There's just something so satisfying about using a Sharpie. Even if it's a fine tip one like the one I'm using here. It's just very satisfying the way the ink comes out, and it's just so dark and rich, and it's just beautiful. I love Sharpies. I even like the way they smell, which is probably not a healthy thing. Though I don't sit around smelling them or anything. It's just when I use them, I do enjoy that initial whiff of them as you pop off the top. It is quite nice. So I'm just adding pine needles to the trees, on and on and on. A little time consuming, but it's simple. This method's very simple. And I should have mentioned that you need to use watercolor paper or mixed media paper if it's a good quality, because otherwise, just regular drawing paper is not going to be able to handle the water. So, water. I've been trying to train myself to say water, because there's no D in that word. And we Americans need to accept that and say water. Okay, we're nearing the end of this. And if you want a little variety, you can add some of these gangly little trees. Just to spruce it up so it's not quite as monotonous. And then for the next step, you're going to need a bigger Sharpie. Or, I guess you could use a smaller Sharpie, but it'd be a pain in the ass and very time consuming. I wouldn't do it. Big Sharpie is where it's at, man. So you just block in the whole bottom here. And I suppose you could probably, if you don't have a big black Sharpie, you could probably use like acrylic or something like that. Maybe even gouache if you wanted to use gouache, but I don't know. Gouache might not be bold enough. But it's so satisfying. Look at that. Oh, look at me go. Speedy Gonzalez. Underlay. Man, I wish I could do it that fast in real life. It would really save some time if I could do it that quickly and that accurately. That would be amazing. So, next step is you need to add water, liberal amounts of water to the top there, because we're going to do the wet on wet technique. We want the colors to blend. And you don't have to use the same colors that I've picked. You just need to pick a light tone, a mid tone, and then a dark tone for the top. So if you want to do blues instead of purples, if you want to throw a green in there, you do you. It's your masterpiece in the work. So do what you want to do and experiment. But after you do this, you just mix the paint a little bit, and then you got to let it dry. You have to let it dry completely in between layers. That's imperative. If you don't let it dry completely, you're going to have a lot of problems. If you're impatient, you can use a hairdryer. I often do. And you just do layers until you get a product that you like, and something like this. See how pretty that is? And it's so simple. But you don't have to stop there. You can experiment. If you wanted to add some darker colors, you can do that, and then you could have a night sky. You can just add little white specks for stars. You can use a gel pen or maybe some acrylic. I think I used gouache. And you could also use it as a background for a scene. See, isn't that great? All right, well, I hope that you found this useful. I hope you enjoyed the video and my babbling and rambling and all of the things that I do. Remember, my name is Jessie Nebulous. Please hit the like button if you enjoyed the video. And if you would like to, please subscribe. I've got videos coming out every Friday at noon, and occasionally other days if I feel like making an extra video. So thanks again, and have a good one. Bye!